wet mess. But I think the main roads are cleared off enough today. I can hit the road. I was supposed to go yesterday, but it was pouring down, freezing rain and stuff, and I just told them it wasn't worth it to me. So I stayed all night last night at the house. Most of the day they rescheduled this load. But I just wasn't driving in that freezing rain. Snow's one thing, freezing rain is a totally different story. But it's pretty much stopped for today. I'm just going to take it easy and see if I can't make it up to Springdale. And if things look too slick, I'll just pull over again and we'll have to deal with it from there. But I got to at least get on the road so they can't act like I wasn't, just avoiding going back on the road, because they can do that sometimes. But I hope to get out of Arkansas, Memphis area before Thursday comes around, because we got another round of it coming, and it's a bigger round of it. So right now my load is picking up in Springdale and going to Memphis, and we're basically just going to see if we can make it to Springdale, pick it up, and see how the roads are between here and there. I don't know what I-40 looks like between here and Memphis. I think we got the worst of it here in southeast Oklahoma. Up by Fort Smith and south of us got it worse. So hopefully it'll be drivable between here and there.
I don't know, chicken coop in my backyard. Wait.
I was listening to this freaking thing. They got this woman on a conservative talk radio show trying to convince people not to get chickens because it's too expensive. And what a bunch of nonsense. You want to get some chickens, you get some free eggs, get her done. You don't need much. You just need to build you a little chicken coop. Throw them your scraps at the end of the day. What a propaganda crap is that? Anyway, I'm gonna hit the road. Temperature dropped 7 degrees in the last 5 minutes. It's freezing rain falling at 20 degrees. The roads are completely covered in ice. It's just not worth it. It doesn't matter what gets held up. It is never worth driving in this shit. One false move could put you in a danger worse, get somebody killed. It's not even that I don't think I could drive in it. I could drive in it all day, just real slow. It just takes one guy thinking he can go 75 and coming up on me going 50 and not being able to stop, rear end me, or somebody come across, wipe out in front of me. It's just not worth it. There's a truck stop up here. I'm going to pull off because we got currently falling freezing rain. So I don't know when I'm going to get back on the road. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It might be freaking Wednesday night or Thursday morning before I can even get on the road again. So we'll see. We're back. Stop and myself some water. It sucks to be stuck at a truck stop, but I just gone this long in my career without ending up in the ditch. I think I'd like to go another 10 years without ending up in the ditch. When the roads look wet and it's 20 degrees, it's no good, man. That's what I was driving in. Sweet tea. Oh, my bumper's coming, buddy. Come here, buddy. Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh. What happened? Get back there, turn that bunk heater on, and go to bed. I don't know what to tell him. I don't know when I'm going to be driving again. It's probably not going to be tonight. I don't see it get any better tonight. So it's like there's no sense in leaving just to see how bad the roads are and just getting back off the road again. It was bad enough at home. But the situation is, if I don't leave there, and at least try to get down the road and act like I'm just not want to come back on the road. But you would think they would just say, hey, this weather's going to stick around until like Wednesday. Why don't we schedule a load for Wednesday? Instead, they just kept trying to get me to do this load. And like they rescheduled it to deliver tomorrow. That's not happening either. So see what happens.
Where's his mom? He's nowhere. I keep him warm. He's cold. I keep him warm. Oh, he barked at me. Goodness.
I just called him and he's telling me that I don't think anything's changed. I might end up stuck here until Friday morning. I just get this stress ball in my chest and I don't know what to do about it, and I feel bad for sitting here, but they're so great there at Hirschbach about trying to, not make me feel bad for doing it. He's bringing up the same stuff that's going through my head. He's like, yeah, it could be someone's life or your own. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So use your discretion. If you don't feel safe getting out there, don't do it. I'm like, yeah, but man, I know I'm out here to do a job too. But you're right. It's like if there's even a hint of a question of is it safe, the obvious answer should be just to sit here, but it doesn't feel that way. You know what I mean? But I get this stress bubble and I almost feel like, about to tear up, because it is a stressful thing to just have to park somewhere when you have stuff that people are relying on you for, and it's completely my discretion, and I could probably make it. That's the thing, is that the roads aren't so bad that they're impassable. They're just bad enough that they're dangerous. And I've pushed it in the past and I've driven that stuff, but it was a miracle that nothing ever happened, because I'd driven down some really bad roads and somehow made it to my destination without any problems. But I guess I'm just going to hang out here. They got me shut down for weather, and they're not pushing me, and I'm just going to have to learn to relax, and I don't know how to do that yet. Daytime shift was a little less friendly, but she called me. I was half awake, and she kind of played the same games every dispatcher does, which is bring up this and that about the load, and she mentioned that there's other guys driving, moving in the area. I was half awake, and first I just kind of hung up, and then she called me back, and I was like, yeah, I need a minute. It's like, I'm going to look at the weather reports and see if anything's changed. So I did that, and I looked through. It's like there's crazy reports of like huge traffic backups on I-40. There's a tractor trailer rollover in Little Rock. There's incident reports all up and down this freaking interstate, and I know she can see that stuff, man. And it's showing patchy ice between here and I-40. It's showing solid ice between Little Rock and Memphis. I was like, I'm not driving in it. it makes no sense to be out there part of the problem. It's like, believe me, I don't like being stuck at a truck stop away from the house no more than you do, which is one of the reasons I left the house. Because if I was sitting at the house, I wouldn't be able to use that. It's like, I'd much rather be sitting at the house where I could sit with my wife and kids. But if I'd have done that, they would have used that as an excuse of like, well, you just don't want to leave the house. It's like, no, I don't want to be stuck on the side of the road any more than anyone else, but I also don't want to drive in that crap. It's like, I'll drive when it's been snowing, I'll drive when it's snowing, but not on frozen rain ice roads, like where other people don't seem to understand. It's one thing if you're all on the ice road, they talk about how brave the ice road truckers are, and it's one thing when you're the only truck driving across a frozen lake. It's another thing when you're on interstates that are usually asphalt and around a bunch of people that don't understand that you have to slow down. Because I guarantee you that I could go pick up this load and drive it at 45 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour from here to Memphis. It might take me all day. I'd get it there safely, there'd be no problem. But I can't guarantee you is that the guy next to me that's going to blow past me at 75 miles an hour up and down a frozen road isn't going to wipe out in front of me, and then I'm going to cause me a wreck. And then what happens when I wreck and there's all these reports of frozen roads? It's not going to be like, oh, well, good job for trying. It's going to be, why were you driving on frozen roads? And I have to remember that when they're trying to push you. I swear it was easier for me to just get on my soapbox and explain to her why it was risky than it was last night, me just trying to convince myself to stay parked. Like, once I made up my decision to just stay here, I was like, no, I'm not driving on that crap, because I have a family to get home to, and so does the people driving around me, and I'm nothing but a hazard on those roads right now. The moment those roads don't say patchy ice, and it's going to get worse. There's another rainstorm coming tonight, and I already understand that, and I already explained that to them. It's like, you understand there's more freezing rain coming tonight. It's like, there's a good chance I'm going to get stuck here until the end of the week, and there's nothing I can do about that. Me needing to get down the road is not going to change the road conditions. So what are we talking about? It's like, I'm going to relax now and try not to worry about this crap. Try not to worry about the fact that I'm stuck in the truck stop for the next probably 2 or 3 days. The planner called me, and first he had a bit of an attitude, like, well, when can you roll? I was like, dude, I'm not going on I-40 for the next 2 or 3 days. You got something else for me? I'm happy to do it. You got something going north out of this crap? I'm more than happy to do it. And then he's got this other load that's supposed to be ready by like noon or something today, but I'm going to go pick it up this evening so I can get a little bit of sleep, because I've only been asleep for like 2.5 hours. Told him, he's like, yeah, I was up all night watching this stuff, trying to figure out what I should do, and, kind of fretting over it. And he's like, oh yeah, this thing delivers in Bolingbrook Friday morning, and then it's got 2 stops in Michigan the next day. So I'm going to pick it up this evening and get it up as close to Bolingbrook, Illinois as I can get, which is Chicagoland. And if you know me, if I'm happy to go to Chicago, the road's got to be crap, because nobody likes Chicago. And Bolingbrook's not Chicago proper, but it is close enough to be considered Chicago by every truck driver, because you're up into that Chicago traffic area and parking situation. So I picked this thing up tonight. I'm going to try to pick it up like 10. That way when I'm parking, and I'm not going to get all the way to Bolingbrook, because I don't want to park in that truck stop in Bolingbrook and pay for parking, but I'll get up close to Bolingbrook tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, and then I'll be up there waiting on my stop for the next morning. They got plenty of time on it. So yeah, I just don't want to drive on I-40, because that's where all the freaking wrecks are happening, and I'm just not into it. They were a little upset, but I think he was happy to know that I'm absolutely willing to roll, just not towards Memphis. That's it. Heck, I'd go to Oklahoma City at this point, but not Memphis. I-40 between Little Rock and Memphis is a death trap right now, and I'm not going to be a part of it. But I need to go to sleep, so. It's me from 3 days later. I'm going to have to break this video up into at least 2 parts, maybe 3, because there's just so much that happened between then and now. And I don't want to have an hour-and-a-half long video. So I'm going to leave this one off here, get it edited and uploaded, and start working on the next one.